The strength of a screw joint depends to a large extent on the orientation of the wood grain. When you drive a screw, it cuts its way into the wood. If you drive it into face grain, it cuts a few of the cellulose fibers that make up the wood, but for the most part, it leaves them long and strong where you need them. But drive it into end grain, and it chops the cellulose into little pieces that break off easily. The result is that the screw is poorly anchored. So I conducted some informal tests to measure the strength of that anchor. Same screw, same wood, different grain orientation. I found that a screw driven 1 inch or 25 millimeters into the face grain requires 20 to 30 more pounds of force to pull out than one that's driven into the end grain. Unfortunately, there are times in woodworking when you absolutely positively have to drive a screw into end grain. What can you do to improve its anchor? Well, here are 3 suggestions. One of the easiest is to add a third block. Drive the screws through that block and into the face grain of the parts you want to join. Or drill holes in the end grain member and glue dowels in those holes. Then drive the screws through the end grain and into the face grain of the dowels. Finally, consider this old carpenter's trick. This usually applies to nails, but it works just as well with screws. Don't drive the screws parallel to one another. Drive them at slight angles. This makes the joint impossible to pull apart, even if the screws are loose in their holes.